Hey there, so today we have another review, and this is a beer from Burlington Beer Company. This is Orbital Elevator Double IPA, so shout out to Jeff for this one. Before we get into the beer, we can talk about the cool label it has. It's Orbital Elevator, and then there's like a planet there. It sort of looks like Saturn with the rings. It has that radar thing, a comet or something. It has an elevator there. It's really cool, and the beams coming out of the radar thing right there coming through, like sort of just has a really cool kind of design to it. Simple, but just very iconic of Burlington Beer Company. So yeah, from what Jeff told me, I believe they have a different yeast now. So you can go check out my former review of this beer. I actually didn't look into that review, so not quite sure. Don't remember exactly what I thought of that beer. So that's always good to have like sort of a fresh kind of take on a beer. So let's dig into it. Beer is full on hazy, light gold color, just glowing out of the glass with this beautiful kind of yellowy kind of color to it. Very beautiful gold color. Let's get them rolling. I get a little bit of light kind of earthiness, a little bit of herb character in there. There's some fruitiness, but yeah, I was really riding on those just like raw, ripping green kind of hop character. There's a little bit of like orange in there. I'm getting that kind of juicy orange, some orange zest. Yeah, relatively fragrant. There's a good amount of floral character in there as well. Cheers. Up front, get a little bit of this underlying kind of bubblegummy kind of character. Pops on with more fruitiness. It has peach, apricot, maybe a little bit of mango coming through. Definitely on the back end, a little bit of that kind of, it's pretty nice. Actually, there's a decent kind of bready malt sweetness that I'm thinking that really balances out that kind of drying hop character, like just like, tons of, hops sitting on the palate that really leave the palate with an aftertaste and drying quality, even leaning towards astringency sometimes. I really think that 8.3%, there's a little bit of this kind of malt character that helps that perceived sweetness to balance out that kind of character, which is actually pretty nice. So maybe sometimes this like intense kind of hop character really works out a little bit better. Because the beer is a little bit bigger, the beer does have a little bit more malt quality to it. It doesn't taste like it at all. If anything, this beer tastes like it's at like 7% or anything. Really wonderfully dry. The mouthfeel has a little bit of creaminess to it, but glides off pretty quickly. There's a light kind of doughy, crackery note in the middle. Yeah, it's a very easy drinking beer. You get that fruit quality up front, a little bit of those, what I perceive as like an estery kind of note from that bubblegummy kind of thing. A little bit of a touch of malt in the middle. It warms slightly on the way down, 8.3%, but the back end is pretty nice. Again, I believe that's the case. The malt is helping out to not have that much of that kind of like sticky green hop matter kind of aftertaste that I'm getting. Sometimes people perceive it as yeast bites. I don't know which one exactly it is. I maybe think that this one's just from like tons of polyphenols being stripped out of the dry hopping process. So possibly that, but it was a very nice beer. That's a rating. As I wait more, it gets more juicy and fruity up front. You get this really beautiful sweet mango flavor, more like tangerine coming through, more of those orangey kind of fruits coming through, orange colored fruits coming through. As for a rating, it's delicious, wow. Let's go with a 96 plus on this one. 96 plus. Absolutely fantastic. This is Orbital Elevator. Until next time, guys. Cheers. Later.